Behold the Empress.
Oh, hey there. It is me again, going to introduce you to another member of our royal court. Last time we chatted, I shared with you about Monarch. And today I want to bring out another coffee that we have that's actually a part of Monarch, and why we decided to actually make that its own individual royal court member. And it's actually our newest royal court member as well. That's the Empress, which comes from Ethiopia. It fits our lineup perfectly because I always want to keep a great natural processed coffee on our bar. So hopefully you'll get to learn a little bit about why we chose this coffee and why we chose the name Empress and who this person really was in history. For me, when I first was introduced to what coffee could be, it was about 18 years ago. It was my first sip of a naturally processed Ethiopian coffee from Sidama. I got big notes of blueberry and strawberry, things that I didn't know could be represented in coffee naturally. And it was such an easy thing to taste. It made me feel like I was a coffee professional. There's a lot of times on coffee bags, honestly, that you see flavor notes of rhubarb and kumquats. Who the hell knows what a kumquat tastes like, right? We wanted to make sure that we had a coffee on our lineup that was so easy when we give you a flavor note that it makes you feel like you know coffee, because you do. You've got a good palate just like we do. And so with this coffee, when we had it on the cupping table, it was a watermelon Jolly Rancher all day long. And so we knew that this would be a great coffee that would be a winner. The Whoosh Whoosh Verado has become super popular in the coffee world. And so now you can find it in a lot of other origins, but we wanted to go back to the original place for it. Whoosh Whoosh is a heirloom varietal, which means that it just grows wild there. And it originated in Ethiopia. So in this region specifically, there's not a lot of water. And so the natural process kind of become one of the main ways of processing coffee. And processing coffee is really simple. It's just how you get the seed out of the cherry. That's it. So with that contact time of the seed being in contact with the fruit for much longer, it actually adds a lot more of that fruit note that can come through depending on how it's roasted. The region that we got this coffee from, it's known for being really berry forward in their coffees. And so it just fits in great. The reason why we wanted to go to Ethiopia for part of our Monarch was the fact that Ethiopia is the cradle of civilization. It's where coffee originated from. So that's actually why we tied this coffee in with this character of Empress and the history of who this person is, because there's a direct tie back into Ethiopia. We booked fresh crops of this Whoosh Whoosh from our friends at Kefa, our friend Sam over there, who's actually from Ethiopia. And so this is a contract that we have with him that's ongoing. And so he's always looking for that next crop of really great natural Whoosh Whoosh for us. And we can't give him enough credit or thanks for finding this coffee for us. The flavor notes we're getting on this, it's watermelon, it's red sangria, and it's brown sugar. It's important to have those layers in there because it adds complexity to it. If it was just sweet, it could be a good sipper, but because it actually has so much complexity to it with some nice balanced acidity, this is a coffee that you can keep going back to for your second and third cup. So if you want to try something unique and different and feel like you are leveling up your palate, this is the one to go with.